you talk about that Native American community, and I've done a little bit of research, there's a fairly recent study that talked about things like connectivity to nature, strong family bonds, wisdom of elders, meaningful traditions, and strong spirits. That may be some of the factors, and you touched on all of them over the course of the evening. They may be some of the things that have protected and strengthened the Native American community. And when I looked at that list, I could absolutely see that that could be a recipe for success for every one of the other groups we're talking about. Some of us are as connected as the Native American community are. Can you just talk about a little bit those deep traditions, and then we'll broaden it to everybody else? What are the traditions within our ethnic groups that have helped us combat stigma? Because it's a pervasive monster, and clearly we've tapped into some rich history to make it as far as we've made it. So Julio, you had the floor. If you could speak briefly about the Native community, and then each of us talk about a tradition or two in our community where we've managed to combat this thing.
I think something that is very important for a lot of us in different tribes is that connection to the earth, that connection to the Great Spirit, to everything that is living, and to be grateful for the gifts that we receive from the animals, from the trees, from the plants, from the soil, from the sky, and to be able to utilize medicines. Sage is a medicine for some of us is cedar, and to use it as a way to heal and elevate prayers and have that connection with who we are historically, and to carry that message for the people who are coming after us. I think that has a lot of power for healing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sheree, do you want to take it?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment first, and if because I'm going to name drop a little bit, if it's not appropriate, it can be edited out. But I wanted to commend Julio and also the Sacramento Native American Health Center. They are doing it right. One of the best experiences I've had in the Sacramento area is working with the Sacramento Native American Health Center, and mostly because they're really not only spiritual and cultural around the things that they believe, but they really practice this concept that Dr. Jan Murray Garcia coined with cultural humility. They really attune to the individual, and they are very accepting of all practices and really holistic. And you can see in Julio's passion and in the passion of all the providers and the different types of services that they offer, that it's outside of the box. For instance, they have mental health classes for domestic violence for people that actually abuse others. Excuse me, pause. Sorry. Mouth got dry, pardon me. The answer. The answer is really there when it takes providers thinking outside of the box and meeting people where they are so that we can really begin to heal as a community, really attuning to the individual. Sorry. Sorry, I'm taking one of the pauses that we can edit out. Pardon me.
Sure, no problem.
I think that is really the basis. It's really fine tuning the individual and understanding the idea of cultural humility is I may not know everything about your culture, even if we identify with some of the same cultural background, and that I can be open to the fact that I may not understand, and I really need to attune and listen to you to meet your individual needs. So I think that's key. I would say that in the African American community, that I've experienced a lot of support in faith communities. And I think that that's still a very large staple in the African American community. I think we have opportunities to partner with those groups in the healthcare sector so that we can actually bridge the gap and provide resources. And then also the one thing that I've noticed recently in the African American community, as well as with celebrity, more people are talking about mental health. They're talking about seeking help. They're writing books about it. They're sharing their experiences to normalize it. And I think that role modeling that behavior is a different type of activism that we can surely benefit from.
Wow. That's a great perspective, and I hadn't thought about it when I put this panel together. But you're absolutely right, and I see you nodding, Dr. Hagen.
Yeah.
Dr. Hagens, as long as we're talking about the African American community, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. I wanted to just acknowledge that while we're talking about our experience as African Americans now, that it's important that we understand that we were African and proud and strong and resilient long before enslavement. And so there's been this story and narrative that's been told about who we are that is still present right today. And so even now, as I talk about my perceptions of African American folks, people of African ancestry, just recognizing we're not a monolith, but if we can reconnect with some of that traditional wisdom from our ancestors, that is really critical. And so part of what I think is important and is part of our history is recognizing our elders, staying connected with our ancestors, and allowing them to be present as part of our experience. I think spirituality, as Sheree was bringing up, and faith and that connection has always been strong, and it's a source of resilience for us. I think music, song, gospels, spirituals, right? The way in which we have allowed music to move and support us has been important. And just the last kind of thing I guess I want to leave or close with, I had written, was just this idea of just reframing this conversation. We're talking quite a bit about stigma and some of the negative pieces of our experiences, but also refocusing our lens and moving away from trauma, or thinking about how trauma has been part of our experience and can be replicated, right, intergenerationally. And if that's true, the idea that so can our triumph, right? Our triumph, our ability to be victorious, is also part of our nature and our reality. And so what I will close with is this final thought that we are, when I think about it, we talk about Black people that are here right now, living, surviving all the things, thriving in many ways that we've been through. We are the strongest of the strong. We are the ones who made it through the Middle Passage, and those are our ancestors. And so to hold on to that is super critical. And being able, I believe, to hold on to our current experiences in the U.S., this is where we reside right now, but while also reconnecting to that truth and that history of who we are as well.
I did plan when I began to put this together to get goosebumps as many times for the panel, and I can't remember the last time it's happened. Dr. Ton, do you have anything to add before we wrap this evening up?
I'm just trying to shake off the goosebumps that Dr. Haggins' wise words shared with us. I would say for the Asian American community, I think that's the love of family and the power of love I've seen really overcome stigma. That in the end, it's doing your best for the people that you love, and powering through. This is one of the ways in which we power through stigma and see our loved ones to the other side of that hard tunnel, that hard experience, to gain resilience. And then the other thing is, I think that much as Dr. Huggins said, there is a lot of wisdom in the ancestors and the traditions, the healing traditions of our ancestors, and to really embrace that. That helps us to stay whole when mental health and when stigma seeks to make us feel divided as a person. And so staying true to our culture, embracing that, and for us mental health practitioners to help foster that wholeness, I think is really essential.
Thank you so much for those closing thoughts. I'll share with you one of the great privileges of my career, not just here in California, but the entire career, has been moderating conversations like this. So I am humbled, I am honored, and I'm thankful to each of you for your time and care and attention tonight. Individually, Sheree Criner, Vice President of the Capital City Black Nurses Association, Julio Cruz, Integrated Behavioral Health Specialist, Dr. Kristee Haggins, founder of Safe Black Space, and Dr. Hendry Ton, Associate Vice Chancellor at UC Davis Health. Thank you, my friends, new and old. I appreciate it. Thank you for contributing to our panel discussion tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Want to invite everybody who's checking us out. If you liked or heard anything that you heard from Sheree Criner, she is a proud representative of Capital City Black Nurses Association. You can find out all about them at ccbna.org. If you've heard anything more broadly here on this Brother Be Well platform that you liked or appreciate, join the community. Go to brotherbewell.com and find out all about the work that we're doing. You can sign up for a magazine, free subscription to that. You can do it all at brotherbewell.com. My name again, Michael P. Coleman, content director and lead writer for Brother Be Well. I want to invite you back next time around. We've got a robust series of podcasts and videos and print pieces and all kinds of resources for you. And I'm going to invite you to take advantage of all of those at brotherbewell.com. And until next time, I want you to do me two favors. One, take good care of yourself if you would. While you're at it, second thing, take good care of somebody else. Bye-bye.